the Grimm Reader. This is the Grimm Chronicles, number 6. Bit belated because of cat-related illness issues, and the cat in question is Mr. T, whom you may have seen on the cattail videos. He's a sick boy. He's okay though. So yeah, he's still at the vet now. We're gonna pick him up and try and take good care of him. It's respiratory issues, and yeah, we're just glad he's coming home from the vet. But he's still not out of the woods. But you know, I feel better today. I couldn't do a video yesterday just because I don't know if you understand, but like when you don't know what's wrong with the cat and they're just really out of it and sad. Now he's being he's being assessed. So so mentally I'm a little bit in a better space to keep up with my YouTube videos. And so in terms of my reading, and also just the channel in general, quite a bit has happened in the past week, and a lot of it has to do with, I'm grateful to my commenter Lauren and also Sonia from Enthusiastic Reader for suggesting I put up a video on the old channel telling people to come over, and I had been, just didn't occur to me that that was a great idea, because now the numbers are kind of going down there and going up on this channel. So that's great. So thank you. And I don't know, I'm just kind of out of it sometimes and I don't realize I don't do the obvious good thing or good idea. Speaking of what I read, I finished the book that Pastori Time, they're reading for my so-called, I forgot what the actual tag is. It was Alice Hoffman's Second Nature. And I was a little disappointed, to be honest. For me, it's maybe a 3-star read. The kernel of a story is a retelling of the Romulus and Remus, a human child that's sort of raised by wolves, sort of. And so the story surrounding that is already a little bit implausible. I mean, it's fine. And so I was sort of like hoping she would go into a supernatural direction to make certain plot aspects more able to suspend disbelief, if you catch my drift, because it was such a sort of mundane setting in a way into which this wolfman sort of came. I guess that was supposed to be part of it all, but for me it didn't quite work. And also the thriller aspects were for me too obvious, and so therefore kind of disappointing. And the perpetrator, so to speak, was, in my opinion, not fleshed out enough as a character, and also a little bit of a cliche. So I was a little disappointed. I kept on reading thinking, oh, hopefully it's not what it seems like it is. And it was what it seemed like it was to me, and it just seemed so obvious. And I don't know why. I just don't like it when it's too obvious. I want to be surprised. And not to say that the writing was actually pretty good, and I know that I think Bert probably posted a quote from it on Instagram, and it is a nice quote. So and even some of the characters were interesting, but I think it's another case of it's not you, it's me. You know, I'm reading these sort of classic tomes at the same time, and then coming to something that is more, you know, popular or commercial. It's difficult for that book to hold its own. So that's what I mean by that. And that's not to say that I couldn't find, I'm still on the lookout for good genre stuff, or, you know, stuff that I just like more. And I think that's part of why I need to just read around more. And also, let's face it, there's a lot of stuff out there that's not that great. I mean, I think that's, at least for me, not that great. Maybe for other people. Moving on to what else? I have all these notes, but a lot of it has to do with other stuff that I don't really want to talk about right now. It's not really book related. Yeah, and so, oh yes, the other big decision, and I will reach out to the lovely hostess of this read along, is I think I'm DNFing Allie Smith. I think I'm DNFing Spring. Not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure. I have a hard time DNFing. I can't just sort of do that. It's more like I'm putting it aside, but I have a feeling I'm DNFing. I still kind of like the Voxa chat, but I'm not enjoying the reading experience enough. So yeah. And that leaves the two big ones, which are both still going really well. I haven't read a lot of this, but I'm still enjoying it a lot. it is quite dark. I mean, these are not likable characters, but the writing is so superb and it's so interesting. I just think it's phenomenal. I really am getting along with it. And then I'm still enjoying Karenina. Now, finally, we've been introduced to her, and I'm a little surprised how quickly she seems to have, for lack of a better word, hooked up with the person that I know she is going to hook up with. And it's sort of like this novel that I kind of know the ending, so I don't want to spoil things for people who don't know the ending. But because I know the ending, I thought the introduction to her character, which and everything, the fact that it takes place at a train station, was very interesting to me and very well done, very atmospheric. So yeah, I'm loving it. My audiobook is still going strong. My husband, bless his heart, decided he wants to listen to Gravity's Rainbow, which I have never read. He's read it. He took classes on it when he was at university some years ago. And I started listening to it too, and I actually have started the beginning. I read the beginning, so I kind of remember the first stuff. And it was actually really good, but there's no way I can read Karenina and the recognitions and listen to Gravity's Rainbow. It's just not realistic. So I'm going to put that off, even though it's kind of right there. Whenever I go to my audio stuff, it's right there. And then on a lark, on a whim, also having to do with the fact that it is February, Black History Month, I just got down, and also because it's sort of on, it's one of these books that sort of flutters around the booktubes that I watch. I downloaded either the whole book, or actually I think I have the whole book already, Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin, and I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. It's sad. It's really well written. I'm just at the beginning, and it's my first Baldwin. I'm not, but I think I may have a new favorite writer. Just this sort of, and I've decided I really like novels that take place where like a non-Parisian person is in Paris. It's just like the whole Alberta, the Coruscant trilogy. I love that stuff. I don't know, something about Paris. And I was thinking, well, maybe I should look around for novels like that take place in Berlin. But Berlin is so different from Paris. I mean, I'm sure there are books like that, like the Isherwoods, Cabaret and all that stuff. Would be fun to do kind of like read books like that. But I'm really enjoying the beginning of Giovanni's Room. So that might be my other book. And is there anything else? Oh yeah, at the beginning of the week I got kind of obsessed with weird things, weird long novels because of March of the Mammoths. And I found out that a number of novels that I'm interested in, weird long novels, they're hard to get and they're expensive. And then one of them's in the library. One of them is by Alexander Theroux, has a cat in the title, Darkenville's Cat, about a weird academic. And it's in the library, so I can get it. And then I watched Bookshore, a new booktuber to me, I think his name is Ben, talk about a novel by someone who I don't know, but now I've sort of gotten to know a little bit about, Joseph McElroy's. It's called Heinz Kidnap. And oh my gosh, the Wikipedia page about it is awful. It's really, really bad. I need to fix it maybe. But the novel itself sounds really interesting in a weird, nothing happens, obsessive person's way. So, and then I was sort of even looking like the longest novel ever written. So it's a novel written by a woman from Indianapolis. Now I forget her name. So sort of weird, super nerdy. That's, stuff like the opposite of commercially successful stuff is always appealing to me because I'm strange. And yeah, so I think that's all I have to say right now. I feel like I'm forgetting stuff, but no, not really. Oh no, the other thing was wanting to find out more about Rainer Maria Rilke and just being kind of overwhelmed by his life story because it's so complicated and all these women, and at the end he embraced fascism and like Mussolini and what was up with that. I don't really know how to put that into his perspective, and the fact that he did study a lot and that he sort of was immersed in Nietzsche and then feeling I need to go read Nietzsche and do I really want to do that? So this is my problem sometimes, that I kind of get immersed in the stuff on the side with as opposed to just interacting with their works in a less kind of, I don't know, get bogged down in that. Plus, because I find Rilke quite difficult, and so it's a little bit like, all these people are just reading him. Why can't I do that? But anyway, maybe I'll go back to that. I don't know. That's almost seems a long time ago because it's Monday already, and this was at the beginning of the week. How did I get onto Rilke? Oh, because of Ali Smith. That's right. The Mansfield and Rilke stuff came from reading Ali Smith, and then I decided to not read that anymore, which is fine. I still kind of am interested in Mansfield too. Anyway, I'm blathering. It's been a strange time for me, but I even have the beginnings of a new cat video, because that's one thing that has happened, is that the cat videos are really popular. But you know, they're kind of extra. They're I don't know. But good things are happening with the channel. People are watching my stuff. People are commenting, and I'm really, really grateful. And since we have to go pick up our cat soon, I will end this here. Thank you all for watching and commenting, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.